Hi, it's Dr. Tabby Cat. Welcome back. I just got done cleansing my tarot, well, half my tarot decks. It took me all day, so I'm back. I'm just gonna do a short reading tonight, and then I'll just come back tomorrow and do an education session, and then a little bit longer session with a reading. Okay. So we're going to use the Kipper and La Norman Siren Song decks. And then we're also going to use the Oh Hell No and then the Nanara Broken Hearts Tarot. And we'll do 2 piles to see who's in your energy for the love reading. Okay. So let's get started. We'll start with pile number 1, which is the Kipper. And then pile number 2 will be the Nanora. Alright, so pile number 1, Kipper. Who is in the collective's energy tonight for the Twin Flame Soulmate Love Reading? Okay, we have High Honors. So somebody that's in High Honors, number 25. All right, so somebody in High Honors. Okay, and we have the Woe sticking out, number 14. The Woe in High Honors. Let's see what that is, because I'm not sure. I never used this deck. I've had it forever and I never used it. So let me see. Oh, the Woe 14. Okay. Okay, High Honors Woe 14 is, oh, well, okay, so this is crazy. Okay, so it's saying if Woe, number 14 card, is to the right of a positive card, the positive card on the left is what causes the downfall of the Woe card. So the Woe card is a downfall. So whoever this High Honor is, you have somebody here that's in distraught. So you have somebody that's in High Honor in your energy, and then you have somebody that's in distraught from this High Honor. And as you see, they're looking right at it too. They're facing it, the High Honor person. All right. Let's get more and see what that's about. can we get more information on the high honor and the woe of what's going on? What's this high honor and woe? Who's this high honor and woe energy? Please and thank you. Clarify the high honors and woe energies and their collective. Who's this high honor and woe? 7 and 5, 25 and 14, 3 and 3 can be significant. Okay, clarify. It doesn't want to come out. They don't want to clarify. Let me shuffle. I think this is why I never use the deck. It's too little. Alright, let's clarify high honors and woe, please. Clarify high honors and woe. Alright. We have house. Okay, number 20, house. Alright, so let's see how house fits into it. So how does house fit into woe and high honors? Number 20. Alright, so house. So this is where the querent resides. So high honors lives in the house. It's the qualities, stability, protection, security, warm and grounding, ancestral roots, domestication, safe and constant. Okay, so that's a good card. Okay, so high honors lives in the house, and then you have woe, who is not happy about either one. Okay. All right. Why is this woe energy upset about the high honors person and the collective's energy, please? Why is this woe person energy upset? Can you tell us why this woe number 14 is distraught over the high honors? Why are they distraught over the high honors and the collective's energy? I have good lady. Number 6, good lady. So, good lady number 6. Let's see where she lands. Okay, good lady is a mother, mentor, boss, grand dame. She's nurturing, empowering, confidant. Old Italian lady. She's trustworthy, wisdom, maturity, impartiality. She is a divine feminine. Okay. And she is the good gent's partner. She's a married woman. Okay. So yeah, she's high honors. And so I guess that's why the wall doesn't like her. Okay, tell me more about good lady. more about Good Lady. Number 6. Looks like a jellyfish. Yeah, it is a jellyfish in the background. Oh yeah, this is the siren. The water. Tell me more about the Good Lady, please, and thank you. All right, we have 2. I'm not taking all those. I'll just take this one. Okay, marriage, which we already know she's married. So marriage, number 5. Okay, we already know she's married to the good gentleman. So we have house, high honors, good lady, marriage, and woe. Okay, and theft on the bottom. Okay, tell me more. Tell me more about marriage, good lady, high honors, house, and woe. What's up with woe's energy? Why is she distraught? What is she distraught about? What is woe 14 distraught about? Okay, the parlor 21. Let's see what that is. Parlor 21. Okay, parlor, home, apartment, comfort, secrets, privacy. It's a room within a building. Personal space. Nook and cranny. Okay, it's also an office or a cubicle. And a boudoir. Or consensual intimacy room between 2 people. Card of secrets, intimate goings on kept safe from outside prying eyes. Okay. So the parlor fell with the woe on top. So the woe is in the parlor. So who was the woe in the parlor with? A mediator on the bottom. Oh, and marriage on the top. Who was woe in the parlor with? Can we clarify? Who is woe in the parlor with? Can we clarify who's in the parlor with woe? Who else is in the parlor 21 with woe? Oh, let's see. We have great fortune, mediator, and endings. Okay, let's see. Great fortune, mediator, and endings. And we have false person and brief illness. And siren. underneath the false person. So the woe is a false person, and it's a siren, which is in the parlor, and they said to look around to see what's going on. Okay. So let's see. So then we got great fortune, mediator, and endings. So she's trying to create an ending for this good lady and her marriage to get her great fortune. So let's see. All right, we have... All right, the mediator is conflict, advice, official news, and legal action. All right. Okay. So yeah, okay. So we have a false person who is a siren, who is being considered a woe, which means she's distraught due to this person in high honors living in this house, who is the good lady, who is actually good, and who is in a marriage, who has great fortune. And so the siren who's in the parlor room, which is where intimacy occurs, she is trying to cause conflict and legal issues to cause an ending to the good lady's misfortune. All right. And at the bottom of the deck, we have sorrow and prison. All right. All right, tell me more about the siren. Tell me more about the siren. Tell me more about the siren and what's going on. Great fortune, mediator, and endings. Uh-oh. We have rich gentleman. Okay, so the siren is with the rich gentleman in the parlor. Okay. And at the bottom, we have unexpected money with murky thoughts. So not so great thoughts about the unexpected money. And we have change and marriage. So somebody wants to create a change to a marriage to this good gentleman who is married to the good lady, like we were saying. And then somebody who's at long distance, who's in the military, has a gift coming to the marriage. The Odyssey. Oh, there's another siren. And hopes, deep thoughts and sorrow over a child. A letter was written about this wealth, saying there's going to be good outcome of them getting together in regards to this rich girl with expectations of working to cause illness and going to court. Okay. What's the outcome of the siren and rich gentleman and unexpected money? What's the outcome of the siren and the rich gentleman and unexpected money? What's the outcome? What's the outcome here? It's the siren and the rich gentleman and the unexpected money. What's the outcome? The rich gentleman, the siren, who is a Jezebel, a rich, wealthy guy, and the divine feminine, who is married and held in high honor, living in a house, a home, and has wealth. Okay, give me more on this false person, Jezebel, with the rich gentleman and the unexpected money. What's their outcome gonna be? Okay. Long distance. A letter. The siren is gonna be in sorrow. And go to prison for the theft. Of the rich girl. And go to court. Okay. Well, I was hoping for a happy story. All right, so basically we have a divine feminine who is married to a divine masculine. They live in high honors in a home. Oh, let me grab it. They live in high honors in a home. And they have wealth, great fortune, which happens when you're married to your person that God wants you to be married to. And then they have this fake person who is a Jezebel, and she is distraught over this divine feminine, of course, like they always are, and is with this rich gentleman who is trying to put an ending to the divine feminine's wealth, and is now facing legal issues over this unexpected money, having murky thoughts over this change to this marriage, and this good gentleman, the divine masculine, that they could not do. So now they're in court. Receiving a letter long distance over the siren, feeling sorrow, going to prison over the theft. That was so not happy at all. My goodness. All right. My goodness. All right. Well, we'll do a couple of these. Maybe something funny will come out. Give us a few from here for this message for the twin flame soulmates. So whosever story this is, I apologize if you're going through this. Always watch the snakes around you and in your inner circles, because there's always somebody jealous of what you have and who want what you have. Okay, it says, you can't fix someone who thinks you're the problem. They blame you for their mood, their mess, and their mom issues. Sweetheart, you're not their enemy, but they sure treat you like one. Yes, that's true. Tell them to fix their mommy issues too. All right. So let's move on to the next pile and see what that story is. Hopefully that one's a little bit more positive, and hopefully there's no thieves that are trying to steal something. All right, so let's see what we have. All right, we got the Nanora deck, so it should be a little bit more positive. My goodness. Jeez. All right, can we have something for the Twin Flame Soulmates love reading for tonight? Who's in their energy for love tonight? Who is... Well, that fell out very quickly. The Magician is in the energy. And I'll put these back. Actually, you know what? I just heard keep that out. All right, I heard keep that out. So we got the Magician and the High Priestess. So they're both here. The Magician and the High Priestess are both here. So Magician and High Priestess. They both have the moon. And here they're both in the sky. One is over the water and one's over the grass. Pink and blue could be significant. Eagles. Black and white. Zebras. The clouds are low, and this one is, the clouds are all the way to the ground for the High Priestess, but that's because they have insight and they can see clearly. Okay. All right, so let's see what's going on at the bottom of the deck. We have the Six of Swords, and the top of the deck we have the Tower. Okay. So the Magician and the High Priestess and a Tower. Radical changes, new opportunities, hang in there. And then we have the Magician falling from the sky saying hang in there. The Tower is Scorpio energy. And both the Magician and the High Priestess, they're both magical. The High Priestess has inner knowing. The Magician has outer knowing. Uses tools from the outside. High Priestess uses tools from the inner knowing. Alright, let's see what's next. Nine of Wands. The Two of Wands. Okay, let's see. Death. That's another Scorpio card. Alright. Can we clarify why the Magician is here? Why is the Magician here in the energy? Why is the Magician here in the energy tonight? The Devil. The Magician is the Devil. Let go of dependencies, free yourself from fears. And the Magician says, transcend reality with ingenuity. You shape a magical future. And on the bottom, we have the Queen of Swords. You cultivate resilience, lead with grace. And the star sticking out. Queen of Swords. So somebody has dependencies of some sorts that they're hanging on to, that they need to let go of. Who's ever in the Magician energy, they really need to just surrender and let go of those dependencies. And dependencies don't always have to be a person. Let's say that two people were together, and let's say that they have, properties, they have cars, they have kids, any of that are dependencies, because if you're not willing to go and actually go to court and get those things extinguished and dealt with, then that means you're still tied together. And as long as you're tied together, it's a dependency. You're depending on that person. So this Magician is in the Devil energy because of that. All right, who's this High Priestess? Clarify the High Priestess. Can I clarify the High Priestess, please? Who's this High Priestess? Who's this High Priestess energy, please? justice. High Priestess is justice, so Libra. All right. High Priestess is justice. Restore balance, fairness, reinforces your purpose. And then the High Priestess card says, seek your truth through your insight. The answers lie within. Okay, so that's a Libra. And then Devil is Capricorn. So the Magician could be a Capricorn. All right, let's find out what this Tower is. Clarify the Tower. Why do we have a Tower here with the Magician and the High Priestess? What's this Tower moment? This one wanted. We have the Four of Swords. Give yourself a blessing of calmness for renewal. Okay, the Four of Swords is supposed to be, it could be resting, it could be illness. It usually shows the girl laying down on her side in like a nest. Okay. So whatever this Tower is, you need to rest. And we have the Five of Wands here, which says disengage yourself from rivalries and friction, which is conflict. So conflict with the Tower. This conflict is causing a Tower moment. And I would say these dependencies are too. And in relation to these dependencies, justice is coming with the Tower. All right. Can we clarify the Devil and what these dependencies are with the Magician? Can we clarify the Devil, what these dependencies are? Let's clarify the Devil. Okay. We have a few. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have the Six of Swords. Embrace the rite of passage with peaceful resolution. Six of Swords is moving to calmer waters. The butterflies, that's always transformation. The bird is in the cage. Okay, and then we also have the Four of Pentacles. So 4, 4. And then this is also like twin flame because it's 6 and 4. It's backwards. Keeping all for yourself limits the flow. Share them in fair exchange. So being greedy, that's dependencies as well. The Devil energy. Another one. Okay, another 4. So 4, 4, 4. Your journey to homecoming in solidarity and devotion. The Four of Wands. So 4, 4, 4. Okay, Two of Swords. Liberate your perceptions. Fear not the unknown at the crossing. This is the crossroads. Two of Swords. Remember, the swords are mental. And then the Seven of Swords is deception. Deception can be reciprocal. The universe is the ultimate witness. So somebody was being deceptive with this devil energy. Okay, so you have somebody was being deceptive, somebody was being greedy. You have somebody that was, what was this? Oh, stuck at a crossroads. Okay, somebody was being deceptive and greedy, stuck at a crossroads, not knowing which way to go. They were in solitary with the Four of Wands, which usually the Four of Wands is a celebration here. They're stuck alone by themselves, and they're trying to do the Six of Swords. They're trying to get out of a mental imprisonment and get to freedom, to calmer waters. They're trying to break free. So yeah, these dependencies are, have got somebody all in their head, and they need to heal. And not only heal, but they need to actually physically like deal with whatever dependencies that has got them tied to another person, because it's causing conflict. Okay. All right, tell me more about this justice with the High Priestess. Tell me more about this justice with the High Priestess. What's this justice with the High Priestess, please? Tell me more. All right, we got the Prince of Wands. Pursue your adventure with passion and newfound knowledge. So it's all about knowledge. And we have the Prince of Wands. So the High Priestess, justice, all about knowledge. Okay. And we have the Three of Cups and the Three of Wands. So 3, 3. I'll take them because it's sticking out. Oh, and the World is sticking out as well. Okay, so we have Three of Wands. Expand your horizons. You grow out of your comfort zone. So the Three of Wands, that's taking action. And then we have the World. Orchestrate your next course. The completion is glorious. So a completion of a cycle with Justice and the High Priestess. And Three of Cups, a collaboration and mutual success. Celebrate the velocity of progress. And we have the Empress. Okay, so the High Priestess is the Empress. Nice. High Priestess, Justice, and the Empress. Very good. Okay. All right. Tell me more about the Magician and how he or she feels about this Empress, the High Priestess. How does the Magician feel about this Empress, the High Priestess? How does the Magician feel? The Fool. Be open to new beginnings. Everything is not always as it seems. Okay. And I don't think that this person's calling the Empress a Fool. I just feel like the Magician feels like the Empress is not afraid to take leaps of faith into starting new things. And we have a King of Wands here. I believe that's the Magician. So he believes the Empress is the Fool. Or that's how he sees her, with her beautiful flowers. But he also sees her as a star, which is nice, because she does take that leap of faith. What is the Magician, King of Wands action toward the Empress? What is the King of Wands Magician's action toward the Empress? What is his action toward the Empress, if he has one? What's his... Ace of Swords. Unvalue knowledge and ideas, engage them wisely. So the Ace of Swords is the truth. So he wants to tell her the truth. So he probably wants to reveal about what's going on with this tower conflict and all this deception going on over here. And yeah. So that's what he wants. How will the Empress take the Ace of Swords coming from the King of Wands? How will the Empress handle the Ace of Swords coming from the King of Wands? How will she feel about the Ace of Swords coming from the King of Wands? How will the Empress feel about the Ace of Swords coming from the King of Wands? How will the Empress feel about this Ace of Swords coming from the King of Wands? Okay, let's see. King of Swords. Speak up in courageous endeavors for unwavering truth. Well, the King of Swords, you know, is not afraid to speak. He's not as bad as the Queen of Swords, but he still holds his sword up there, so he's good with boundaries. And so she's definitely going to be a little cold toward oh no, we also have the Queen of Swords. So, okay. Actually, you know what? Let me see. Okay. She's actually going to be the Queen of Pentacles and Swords to him. So she's going to be tender and loving, but then she's also going to lead it with grace and assurance. She's still going to have her sword up and speak her truth on the subject. And as you see, they're both looking that way. And as you see, the King of Swords, his energy of telling his truth, she's both looking at him, both in the Pentacles and the Swords energy. And then you see she's an adult in both of these. But him being the King of Swords, he's in this like childlike energy telling his truth. So he doesn't feel as confident as she does. So he's going to tell her the truth, but he's not going to feel as confident as her. Yeah. right. What is the outcome of this conversation going to be between the King of Wands and the Empress? What's the outcome of this conversation going to be between the King of Wands and the Empress? What's the outcome of the conversation between the Empress and the King of Wands going to be with this truth? It is the Sun. Okay. Well, the Sun illuminates everything that's hidden. So everything's gonna be shown. So there's nothing gonna be hidden after this conversation. And we have the Six of Pentacles is on top. That's equal give and take. So as long as they can agree on equal reciprocity and have gratitude, they both will receive their abundance and get what they want out of their relationship. And the Two of Pentacles, as long as they're not juggling and they're equally holding a pentacle each, then as you see, it will be equal. They're not unbalanced, they're equally sharing. So, okay, that's not bad. And we also have the Two of Cups, so 2-2. So we have 4-4-4, 2-2. Because, you know, the Two of Cups, that's a kindred spirit. It's a cup of love. And then the Wheel of Fortune, the fate going in their direction. So that's good. So if it goes the right way, if the conversation goes the right way, fate will go in their direction the way it should. Okay. All right. All right. What will be the next phase after this Wheel of Fortune turning in their favor? What will be the next phase for them? We have the Nine of Cups. Count your blessings, for there are plenty. So the Nine of Cups, all their wishes will come true. Yes, yes, yes. All their wishes will come true. Okay. So I will use some of the Lenormand cards just to see what comes out. All right. Can we clarify the Magician, please, with the Lenormand? Can we clarify the Magician? Clarify the Magician, please. I'm not taking all that. No, no, no. Even though it was a tower. Can we clarify the Magician? Okay, thank you. And house. Okay, house number 4. So house came out with the Magician. So that is what the dependency is. So they're hanging on to a house that is shared with somebody else and somebody else's name. Maybe they don't want to give it up for money or something else. Who knows? But they need to give that up. They need to go to court, give it up. Okay. All right. Can we clarify? Give us more on the devil. Clarify more on the devil with the magician. Clarify more on the devil and the magician. These codependencies. Clarify more on the devil and the magician. Okay, we have tree 5. Let's see what the tree is. All right, tree number 5. And you know, 5 is changes. All right, 5 tree. Okay. Tree is a complicated card. The roots of the tree suck the nutrients out. All right, exhausted and depleted and drained. It's an auspicious omen. Okay, so it's an omen, the tree. So again, you're feeling depleted. As long as you have this dependency, you're going to feel depleted of everything. So yeah, you got to get rid of those dependencies. And we have the child on the bottom. That could also be something else. That's a dependency. Or a stork. Maybe there's a pregnancy that's not being mentioned. Third-party pregnancy. We can never get away from this, ever. Okay, third-party pregnancy, that also could be. All right. Goodness. Can we clarify the High Priestess, please? Clarify the High Priestess. Clarify the High Priestess. Oh, shoot. Oi. All right. Tower in the clouds. So, the High Priestess is bringing on some tower in the clouds. So again, we have the tower and conflict going on. And the numbers are 19 and 6. And the numbers over here, yeah, that was 5. So again, tower and conflict going on. Give me justice. Clarify the justice card. Clarify the justice card. Oh, shoot. Justice is the dog, which is loyal. So justice would be her High Priestess having someone that's loyal. So once they get rid of all these dependencies, they can have a nice, loyal relationship, partnership. Okay. Clarify. What is it? Clarify the 4 of Pentacles. What were they being greedy with? What's the 4 of Pentacles about? This King of Wands. What was the 4 of Pentacles on the Magician side? What were they being greedy with? What's this 4 of Pentacles? Clarify. What were they being greedy with and holding back from and not doing a fair exchange? What's the 4 of Pentacles about? What's the 4 of Pentacles? We have Lily. Let's see what Lily is. I have Chariot and the Moon at the bottom and Man. So let's see, Lily 30. Lily. All right. Hypocrisy. Okay, it's about hypocrisy. Somebody that's not virtuous or good. They have bad intentions and motivations. Okay, not good. So when it's surrounded by the cards that it is, it's someone not with good intentions. So yeah, with this deception going on, you're not having good intentions. So you need to clear that up. Okay, well this reading wasn't too bad. The other one wasn't that bad either. It's just, I was trying to get away from anything negative. All right, we'll do another draw with the Oh Hell No deck and see what we get. All right, so whoever had this pile, you guys just got to make sure you tell your truth and talk it out. Get everything out on the table. Don't leave anything missed, or else there's going to be conflict. All right, give me something for this situation. Give me something for this situation, please, and thank you. All right, it says, you're not asking for too much, just the wrong person. Loving you isn't difficult, it just requires someone who's emotionally literate and knows what communication is. Stop shrinking to fit into someone else's immaturity. And we have the rich gentleman there. Okay, and we have, you fell for potential, didn't you? Look at you building castles on red flags and calling it architecture. Their future plans won't cuddle you at night. Love the reality, not the resume. All right. Have a good night.